is the discourse about streamers and Hogwarts Legacy. So if you guys don't know, the brand new Harry Potter game came out, Hogwarts Legacy. This is like a brand new AAA game kind of thing. But obviously, it has association with J.K. Rowling because she is the creator of Harry Potter. So people are sort of discussing and debating of whether or not you should buy the game, whether or not streamers should even play the game, accept review codes, accept free codes for the game and stuff like that. And there's just a whole sort of, I guess, like, just like outrage about it, and like obviously like what J.K. Rowling says and does on social media is not okay. She obviously has a very twisted way of looking at the world, and I think that her views on the LGBTQ plus community are just not good. And just to like preface everything, guys, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I've watched all the movies, but that's because
you watched all the movies.
I did watch all the movies because I was
crazy.
Trying to get a girl to like me in community college, but obviously that didn't work. It's okay though. But outside of that, I haven't really supported the Harry. I almost said Star Wars. The Harry Potter franchise at all. Like really, I've not been following anything else. Not like the prequel movies or even like the like extra book that they did at the end that isn't adapted into a movie or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I know Harry Potter. I know the world and like sort of like elements of it, but I don't remember it too fondly.
Yeah, I've only watched one movie. I watched the Snake one, and that was it as a kid. And I thought it was cool, but that was about it. So I also don't really have a strong connection to Harry Potter. But I will say, like, when they first showed the game, and even now, I'm like, oh, this looks pretty cool. It's like it's basically just a like AAA open world game, but you're like a wizard Harry. Like, that's kind of the whole deal. And apparently it's pretty good. But like you said, the main controversy is that it is connected to J.K. Rowling, obviously, because it's her like world and stuff. And since she's a big transphobe, people are wondering like, oh, should I play this or should I do the separate art from the artist and just play it and just sort of ignore it? Mm-hmm. And honestly, I'm kind of the impression of like, if you like play the game, I think that's fine. Like I feel like I honestly don't think you're like a transphobe if you're playing the game or if you bought it. And I feel like to harass streamers over it seems like bad. Like, yeah. Mostly because it's probably the biggest game of the year, since it's selling like absolute crazy. Like, it's selling so much. So I feel like as a streamer, I feel like almost bad to not stream it just because of the viewer numbers you could get if you're streaming it. And in the end, like, I know, like, she's gonna get royalties off it because it's her IP, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of the developers said she wasn't really involved with the game at all. Like, she didn't really wrote the story or did anything else. So, like, if you really want to feel better about it, then I guess there's that sort of cushion. But even then, like, I feel like even if you like gave $60 to this game, like, she's already a billionaire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she has a shit ton of money to begin with, so I don't think it matters that much. And, we both vote. I don't vote for these people. Like, it's fine. But I feel like that's more important than giving a $160 check to this lady that probably doesn't even matter. So
yeah, and she's not even going to see the full 60.
Exactly. She won't even see the full 60. Yeah, she's going to get, like, a royalty thing. So, and again, it's a drop in the bucket for her. So again, we both obviously support trans rights and stuff, all that stuff, we support all that. But I feel like in the end, I feel like this is kind of like, it doesn't matter as much as some people are doing. And again, just don't harass streamers. Like, someone made a whole website to track like who's playing the new Harry Potter game. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, like, just let them play it. It's fine.
Yeah, so, I think that there's obviously like many different angles to really look at this, because it's like, do we really need to punish the developers of this game because of the creator being such a problematic figure? And I'm like, we really shouldn't, because it's like they put their work, they put their time, their hours, their blood, sweat, and tears into making the game that it is. J.K. Rowling wasn't in the fucking game studio, typing away, doing her shit.
She wasn't coding the fucking game,
So it's like, okay, like, they made this really, really good Harry Potter game, and should we really punish all of these people because of this one person? And it's like, It's really like a tricky situation for some people. And, I I understand that. And I think that when it comes to streamers and content creators accepting free code for it and doing videos on it and promoting the game, like that's their way of trying to make money, obviously. Both ways, that's the way for the content creator to, get money, pull numbers in, and also that's a way for the Hogwarts Legacy people to, get other people to maybe see the game, check it out, and then hey, maybe they'll drop the $60 and they'll pay for it and buy it themselves. So it is definitely like a two-way street, which I could see why people are upset at streamers for streaming it, but at the same time, it's like they're entitled to their right to stream and play whatever they want. I know that there are a lot of streamers and a lot of content creators that are also using this as the opportunity to donate to certain projects and certain charities to help and support the LGBT plus community. And I think that, or LGBTQ plus community, I hope I said that right. Help them out and help their community by, donating while they're playing for the Hogwarts Legacy game that they likely got for free. And I was thinking about this myself. I'm like, shit, like if I was a Twitch streamer and I was like a content creator, would I accept code and stream this game? In my position, probably not, in my opinion, because it's like, a lot of people really did like witch hunt these people and really like harass them and really like, sort of like say like you're a horrible person because you're playing this one video game. But like, should I really give into that sort of dialogue and shit like that? Like I said, this is a very like complicated situation, but that's just what I would have done in my opinion, because like I'm not even like that attached to like the Harry Potter IP, so obviously like that is like a very unique perspective and could make a very great video and a very great like review for it. And I know that what's it called, Mr. Matty Plays, he didn't get code for the game, but he bought the game and he played it himself to sort of give that perspective within his video on the game. And, obviously he put his money down. He, bought it, spent it. But I think that made the review a lot more authentic because he spent money on it. But yeah, like harassing Twitch streamers because they are playing the wizard game, if you will, is so stupid because it's like, we shouldn't punish these game developers and we really shouldn't, sort of witch hunt people because they're playing a video game.
Yeah, like I feel like when it comes with this stuff, it's kind of just like on your own morals and stuff. Because I know people are calling for a boycott and stuff, and I feel like boycotts basically never work in terms of like moral high ground, or not high ground, but just moral grounds, I guess. Because I feel like the only time boycotts actually work is if the product sucks, unfortunately. Like Chick-fil-A, right? Like obviously we all know like Chick-fil-A with the gay stuff and it's like weird and like they do weird stuff. But people still eat the Chick-fil-A sandwiches because they're good, right? If the Chick-fil-A sandwich sucked, no one was going to buy it. Same thing with Harry Potter, or Hogwarts Legacy, I should say. If the game was bad, I feel like this would have been a way easier conversation to have because, it sucks, so don't buy it, and it's transphobic or whatever. Like, then it's like, okay, that's an easier decision. But since the game is good, I feel like if you're boycotting it, the quality of the game probably never mattered to begin with because, like, I'm not going to buy it on principle that this is a thing that a transphobic person made the universe and I don't want to support it, and that's fine. But I also feel like you should probably respect people that also like just want to play it instead. Like, again, they're not bad people. Like people playing this probably aren't bad people. Obviously there are good people who are not bad playing it, but most of the people just want to play the Harry Potter game and that's about it. Again, like obviously like, again, like I said, I vote I vote for people that don't do laws like this, and I think that's a little more important than just giving a $160 thing. Again, not even $60 to this person. So, because I'm also interested in this game more so that it's like kind of my genre. Like I kind of just like how it looks and stuff, not because I'm really that attached to IP. Like I just think it looks cool. But I've been thinking it over myself. I'm like, damn, should I get it? Will I be a bad person? But I'm like, no, like I'm pretty sure I'm a good person and I like support like LGBT plus and just like everything I've done in my life. I'm like, I don't think like I'm an awful person for like wanting to buy Harry Potter. So that I feel like everyone should just have a nice rational view on this. If someone is streaming it, don't harass them. If you feel strongly about it, I think that's also fine. Like I think you could like not buy it and like support trans causes and stuff like that. But just to harass people in both ends,
Yeah, I think
that sounds like centrist Andy. Like I don't like being centrist Andy, so I really don't. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with you said. Everyone has their own beliefs on this situation because there's a lot of moving parts to it. And yeah, whatever you're doing right now, if you love fucking Harry Potter and you want to play this game, play it.
Yeah, play it. Yeah.
Play it. If you want to buy it used so you could feel a little better, so you're not directly giving money to them, sure, fuck it, do that. Go on eBay, find a copy of it, and buy it used.
Yeah.
But if you want to boycott it and don't want to buy it, that's fine too. But don't go on Twitch and start sending people death threats and harassing them because they're playing the wizard game, if you will. Like
Right.
it's really dumb because like I said, it's just a video game. There are hundreds of people that worked on this game that made sure that the game came out to the way it is. And some people looked at the IGN review and was sort of like analyzing it and being like, well, they were kind of saying that like it was kind of bad and like it was kind of buggy, 9 out of 10. And I'm like, but that's every IGN review. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I haven't watched a lot of gameplay for this game in particular, so I actually don't know how good it is. I know that the combat is like insane. It looks really, really cool. There's a lot of customization options when you're creating your character and things like that. But I haven't really sat down and really took a really good look at this game. I did mention I watched Maddie Play's video, but that was only for like the first few minutes because I wanted to sort of hear why he was doing this video and why he was going out of his way to buy it, and he wanted to give his own unique perspective on it. And you know what, that's fine, because that is his job. His job is to review games, and this is one of the biggest games of the year, and telling people whether or not it's a good game is sort of what his job is, along with a lot of other content creators on this platform. And if they want to sort of double down and be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to have this charity thing on my stream, come and support it, because I know that's what Girlfriend Reviews on Twitter sort of had a whole like discourse about, because they were like, we got the game for free, guys, by the way. But I saw like the comments, they were just like, but you're still promoting the game and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. They want this content creator to promote the game, but at the same time, they have to, well, maybe they don't necessarily have to, but they feel obligated to talk about one of the biggest games of the year, because it is one of the biggest games of the year, whether you want to admit it or not. So, and I've seen like at least like 10 YouTube ads for this game at this point. So you know what? They're fucking pumping money to make sure that this game succeeds, whether we like it or not. And I think that the discourse around it overall has only made the game more successful. It is definitely one of the most watched games on Twitch, and I think that people that are buying it on Steam are also within like the thousands of numbers. So whatever stands you want to sit on, I think it is completely fine, as long as you aren't harassing people, sort of infringing on other people's rights and shit like that. Just try to be a good person, try to be kind. It costs $0 to mind your own business, by the way. This is over a video game with obviously a very problematic figure behind it. But then again, she wasn't in the trenches coding for it, working on it, shit like that. She only made the universe and made the world, and she struck gold. So
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess, like, I don't think you're a bad person if you listen to like Kanye music, as long as you don't like agree with his views, right? Like, the song is still good, but like, yeah. It could be harder, like separating art from artists, depending on how personal they are with it. Like, I find it harder with like sort of YouTube creators and Twitch streamers, because they are there, they're the one directly interacting with you. So if, like a YouTube creator or Twitch streamer is like kind of racist, I'm like, or whatever, I'm like, okay, I don't want to like watch this, I can't really separate you from anything.
I know I know we didn't talk about it, but it's like that guy with the deepfakes on the fucking Twitch streamers.
Like the Pokemon stuff.
Atriac or some shit like that. We didn't talk about this episode, but
he was like jerking it to like.
If you want to look it up, I don't know what the fuck he's doing on his stream computer, looking up deepfakes of streamers, but like, obviously that's not okay. But fuck, where was I going with that? Yeah, like, so obviously, like, if you still support him afterwards, like, that's not cool. And I think that he even said it within like his second apology, like, if you still support me, fuck off, kind of thing. So like, obviously, like, he's aware of it. But yeah, trying to separate art from artists is obviously like very hard for some people, including myself. But like you said, when it comes to like Twitch streamers and content creators, that is definitely the hardest.
Yeah, I was just gonna, like, it's just easier to do it when it's like sort of like the own fictional world, because it's less associated with J.K. Rowling and more like, oh, it's Harry Potter, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people, it's like, oh, Star Wars is like Star Wars, not like who even like George Lucas, who, you know? Like it's just like, oh, it's just like, it's just Star Wars now. It's its own thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these people don't even really even know who J.K. Rowling is. They're just like, they just know the Leviosa or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes certain things become bigger than the original creator.
Minecraft.
Yeah, fucking Minecraft. Yeah,
Notch is a gigantic piece of shit, but like people still love Minecraft like a lot, and yeah, rightfully so. But Notch is a piece of garbage, but Minecraft has become so big that it doesn't even matter. So like, are people streaming Minecraft also like, you know,
Pieces of shit?
supporting
No.
his views? Like not really. I know they let him go, but like still, like he was still like there with his views and stuff. So
And I guess like the modern example with Rick and Morty and Justin
yeah,
Roiland.
Rick and Morty with Justin Roiland. Like, I don't think you're a bad person if you enjoy Rick and Morty still. So yeah, I don't know. Just enjoy what you enjoy. If the content itself is not like actual, like if Harry Potter was like shooting like trans people, obviously that'd be awful, and like I would not support that. But
God,
it's not. So yeah, so that would be bad. But you know, it's sort of its own thing. So yeah, it's a complicated situation. But I feel like just don't harass people. If you want to support the game, you know, or just buy the game because you want to play the game, do it. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Then there you go.
Yeah, that was one hell of a extreme scenario, Damian. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about this discourse among streamers again. But moving on from there.